Hello, everyone. My name is Vijay Singh. I recently got my green card approved. I was on an H1B visa earlier. I applied for my green card in October 2021, and I got my green card approved in, in late July 2022. Throughout this process, I always wanted to know, how long it takes uh, for the for the application to get approved and what are the different stages between the application. It was unclear to me when and how long these steps take. So I wanted to share my timeline with you through this video. So let me share my timeline. I was on an H1B visa before I applied for a green card. I'm a professor at a university, and I can share the details of my employment and other things in a different video. I was an H1B visa. I had been on an H1B visa for about 4 years. And after being on H1B visa for 4 years, I think I had enough credentials to apply for a green card. So I applied for the green card last year in October, and it took me about 9 months to get my green card approved. This is the timeline. As you know, green card application has two parts. The first part is the I-140 petition. The I-140 petition is the petition to apply to change the in permanent residency. And then I-485, which is the actual application to change your status from a non-immigrant to a permanent resident. So these are the two different steps that one has to carry out. I prefer to apply for each application individually rather than simultaneously, and we can go into details of why I did that in some other video. But for here, I applied for I-140 sometimes early in October. My application was received by USCIS on October 13th, 2021. I had used the premium processing, which cost me $2,500 extra, but I thought it was worth it because I could get a response quicker. So I used the premium processing, and because of which I got my response within 2 weeks. On October 26th, I got an email from USCIS telling me that my petition has been approved. And the priority date for my application was October 13, 2021. Since my priority date was October 13th and it was current at that time, I started preparing my I-485 application. It took me about 2 months to get my application prepared because I did not know what I-485 application process was. It requires a lot of documents such as your birth certificate, and then you need a medical examination certificate from a USCIS approved doctor. There are some other documents too which are listed on the 485 application. So to collect all these documents, it took me about 2 months. So after my application was ready, I applied for I-485 sometimes early in January. My application was received on January 10th, and then it took 6-7 months for the application to get approved. On July 21st, my case was approved, and on August 2nd, I received the physical green card in my mail. The details of the 485 timeline is like this. On January 10th, my application was received by USCIS. After about like 3 weeks, I received the biometrics notification through mail. And in the mail, I had an appointment for my biometrics to be taken on February 24th. I had to drive about like 60 miles to the center where I got my biometrics taken. The whole process was very quick. It took me like 15 to 20 minutes to finish the whole process. So it doesn't really take much long. If you just take all the documents with you, which they require, passport, the notification, and some other documents that they asked for. So it was very quick. And after the end of the biometrics, I asked the staff member, like, when will the biometrics will be updated. They told me that in a few days, I should be able to see the details of my biometrics on USCIS portal. So I waited for about a week, and after a week, there was no update. So I called USCIS customer service. I got hold of a representative who informed me that the biometrics has been correct, everything has been correct, and the information has been updated on their website. It was not visible to me and probably will not be visible to me, but they have initiated the next steps. So that made me a little bit relaxed. And after a few weeks, though, I received an RFE. It was a very simple RFE. There was some document which was missing. So I prepared the response to RFE, and I replied to the RFE right away within a few days. On April 28th, my RFE was received by the USCIS. Of course, this information was not updated on their website, but I had used tracking on my mail. So through the tracking, I knew that they received my application or response to RFE on April 20th. So once they received the application, I thought they would respond to it right away, but they did not. The deadline on my RFE was July 11th, and very quickly I realized that they are not going to make any decision on my application till July 11th. So I waited till July 11th, and after July 11th, I started looking at the portal again. On July 21st, I saw the message that my case has been approved and the card has been ordered. On July 29th, I received the approval notice in the mail, and after about a week, on July 2nd, I received the physical green card. So as you can see, the whole process took, I started in October 13th. It took about 2 weeks for the I-40 to get approved and about 7 months for I-485 to get approved. This process could have been a little bit faster. Like if I had submitted all the documents correctly, then I would not have received the RFE, and maybe I would have got my decision sometimes in April. Also, between I-140 and I-485, my petition was approved on October 26th. But since I did not know much about the I-485 process, it took me a long time to prepare the application. And if you want to accelerate the process, I would say be prepared. If I was ready with all the documents and I-485 completed application, then probably I could have sent the application right away, sometimes like early November, and things might have been a little bit faster. So, even though, it took me a little longer, I'm happy that finally I got my got my green card. For some people, the application doesn't go through properly. So I'm just happy that I received my green card, and it took me about 9 months. So I wanted to share this with you. In some other video, I will share the details of my application. If you have any question about this, feel free to leave a comment, and I would happily respond to the comments. Thank you.